You can be literate in Hausa, literate in Yoruba, literate in Igbo, literate in Efik or Arabic or even English. But the issue is this. What we are talking about on road traffic administration is that you must be road sign literate in any language. You don't need to be literate in English. That is why we are translating highway code now into 3 major languages, and we are reviewing it and translating as well. So that any language, once you see stop sign, you know stop is to stop. When you see the construction site, you slow down. When you see the signs that construction ahead, ability to interpret road signs. That is what we are saying. You may not be able to speak English, only Hausa, but tell me, this sign is for this. This one is for this. That is it. And that is why when we go for motor park campaigns, the environment determines the kind of language we use. But when you come for driver's education, there's an infraction, we are giving a citation, then we give you the opportunity to, we use any language you want to educate you on the need to drive, to stay alive, to save a life. That is the most important thing.
The motor vehicle is an invention of man that eases movement from one point to the other. It's not meant for people to die. We're a fatalistic society where we take the issue of road traffic crash for granted. We can reduce road traffic crashes if all hands are on deck. If every driver becomes safety conscious, you find out that our drivers cannot predict a crash, or they cannot conjure it to see how they can prevent it. You imagine that if you're on this bend and suddenly there are animals, always have that behind your mind. You should know what to do. That is reducing your speed. Also, if you have a journey tomorrow, you should sleep and have enough rest. And for executives, you don't sit behind your vehicle and allow a crazy driver to overspeed with you and kill you. It's dangerous, and we believe that society has a lot of expectations from our leaders. We therefore expect that those that drive them should be sensible people, people that are law-abiding, and people that understand the rudiments of driving, the rules, and subject themselves to obeying such regulations. Let's all know that maintenance of your vehicle is key to your safety. The vehicle that you move to do your business or visit your dear ones must be in top shape. Don't manage it at all times. Don't say, I'm managing this vehicle. The driver complains, you say always, the driver is complaining to you. You don't know that it's your safety that is very important. If you maintain the vehicle, if your tires are okay, if your lights are okay, if the driver himself is in the good state of mind, I believe that safety will be guaranteed. And for the officials that have the responsibility of making our roads good, it's important that our roads should be well. We must make sure that the potholes are filled, make sure that the bends, we have the road markings, we also have the road furniture to warn people sufficiently. If somebody is coming to a road newly, he should know there's a bend, there's a corner, there's a bridge, and there's a hill. Animals are crossing, children are crossing. These are very, very important. I believe that Nigeria will only gain where we are able to marry safety and security. By this I mean, for highbrow executives, your safety is important as your security. It therefore means it doesn't make sense if you're moving at a speed of 120. Maybe we're afraid of the bad people or criminals. But the car can be a source of danger to you, where that overspeed can lead to tire burst and a crash, which will lead to loss of lives. And the trauma that the loved ones left behind go through is rather imagined than experienced.
My name is R.C. God's Gift Owen. I'm the Public Relations Officer, Federal Safety Corps, Akwa Ibom State Command. What we are doing is that regularly we are mandated by our Establishment Act to hold mobile courts. The essence is to complement our routine patrols to ensure that the road is safe for every category of motorists to ply. to make sure that we compel the motoring public to adhere strictly to the rules and regulations governing the roads. So what we do is that we bring up our men to the roads to stop vehicles that they have identified offenses, or they have suspected reasonably to have committed traffic offenses. Now, in such instances, these persons are accosted and then brought to the magistrate who is already there. So at that instance is the discretion of the magistrate to either sentence, convict, prosecute, or even discharge and acquit, as the case may be. And it's equally an opportunity to give the erring traffic offenders to the opportunity to equally have a fair hearing, because they will be asked what offense they have committed and whether they are guilty or not. So it affords them the opportunity to speak for themselves. And where the judge or magistrate is satisfied, of course, is within his or her mandate to decide.
We are having a mobile court, as you can see. It's well constituted. The magistrate is there, the police is there, the offenders are seated. Their cases are called up one after the other, and they explain. At the end of the day, it is at the discretion of the magistrate to either waive the offense or ask the person to pay a fine. So I think it's done to give fair hearing and equally enlighten the general public. That's why it's done under the full glare of the public.
We have adopted a lot of strategies to make sure that we curb this menace of road traffic crashes on the road. And we have done a lot of public enlightenment, public education. But of recent, we have come up with the innovation of making sure that commercial drivers install speed limit device in their vehicles, or what they call speed governors. We believe that this will act as a bridle, that even if the drivers want to overspeed, the vehicle will not be able to move beyond the prescribed speed limit at which the speed limit device or the speed governor have been specified to do. So that's the campaign that it's on now for the commercial drivers at the first phase to install speed limit devices in their vehicle. And we believe that if we can achieve this, we'll be able to reduce to the barest minimum the rate of road traffic crashes on Nigerian roads.
On most of our major roads, the drivers are always overspeeding, and overspeeding causes so much problem on the major roads. Not only the major road, even the local roads that we are having within. If you overspeed, you cannot really control the vehicle. The vehicle should not be controlling you, but rather you should be controlling the vehicle as a driver. And if you are overspeeding on the main road, you will not be able to apply your brakes when necessary. And even when there's a problem, an incoming vehicles or if somebody may want to cross, you cannot really control the vehicles. And you discover that overheat speeding kills so much. So it is advisable as you are driving, you maintain a particular speed.